everyone, and welcome to Check It Out, the library talk show that lets you know what's happening in and around the Bethel Park Public Library. We're your hosts, Elaine Volpe
and Christine McIntosh, and happy June, happy summer
Happy
to
summer.
everyone. Very excited for summer to finally be here. We have quite a few things going on in the adult department. We have a presentation on the Montour Trail, a Pennsylvania gem, on Thursday, June 12th from 6 to 7:30 p.m. This is presented by Mr. Julian Wolf, who is the Vice President of the Montour Trail Council. So you come and be introduced or reintroduced to the trail, its history, its present status, and any future projects, as well as he'll share some little-known facts about the trail. I haven't used the trail very much recently. I used to bike on the trail.
Yeah, we used to love to bike. We did a lot last year. I think it's just been so busy this year that we haven't gotten to it yet. But it is such a wonderful trail to bike, to walk. You see, I don't run, but we see, joggers on the trail quite often, and just what a great community
asset.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Absolutely. And then something that I'm very excited about is our Stories Bridge Intergenerational Book Club. So this is Miss Nicole from Youth Services and then Miss Carla from the Older Adult Services. We are going to meet to discuss a book. So it'll be students rising into grades 4 through 6, and then older adults, which I'm including myself in that because I'm not a student, so I'll consider myself an older adult. So we'll be meeting 4 times, Friday, June 13th and the 27th, and then again July 11th and the 25th from 12:30 to 1:30 at the library. So we'll meet over lunch, which the library will provide, and discuss Nick Stone's Clean Getaway book, which is a story about a young man, a biracial young man who goes on an adventure with his grandma, who is white, recreating a trip that she had taken with her husband, who happened to be black, and in 1963. So I'm really enjoying.
You're enjoying the book so far?
Yes, I'm learning. There's a few things I didn't know, and I had to go look up.
I read it a few years ago, and I remember the same thing. I learned a few things along the way. But I think it is a wonderful book, and I hope that it generates a lot of discussion. And
I think it will. I think it's very frustrating to see some of the things that happened to the grandmother and her husband
back in 1960s.
In 1960s, still happening to her and her biracial grandson today. So
frustrating indeed.
Katie and Kaylee from the Adult Services Department are hosting a plant swap June 12th through June 16th. Now remember, the library is closed on Sunday, so there will not be plant swap on Sunday, June 15th. But it's a multi-day program that will run while we're open. So we're open 10 to 8, Monday through Thursday, 10 to 5, Friday and Saturday. But bring in your plants or seeds that you would like to share. Leave them on one of our plant swap tables. Find some new plants and take them home with you. Stop by. We say stop by every day because the inventory will change daily.
Yeah.
And if you have nothing to share but you see something you'd like, take a plant. Make a small donation to the library. So bring indoor and outdoor plants, so annuals, perennials, shrubs, garden plants, house plants, cuttings, seeds, vegetable plants. They ask that you label your plants as well as possible, and plants should be in a container, well-watered, and pest and disease-free. We are having a author panel on Saturday, June 28th from 12 to 2 in council chambers. So we have 5 authors coming that are in the mystery, suspense, thriller genre. So there'll be time after the discussion for you to meet the authors and also for book signings. We have Annette Deschaffsey, Leslie Savitsky, Robin Acton, Kathy Acorn, and Linda Ristat. I have read Kathy Acorn. She does paranormal romantic mysteries set in Pittsburgh, so I enjoy those. This is a big thing. This is a big thing for us to get this many.
Yeah, it's a wonderful event.
Local authors.
I'm not familiar with any of them, but
I'm only familiar with the ones.
All the more reason to
Yeah.
check some of their books out.
Indeed. And then, of course, it's summer, so we have adult summer readings where you can read books and win prizes. So you can submit an entry for each item that you read or listen to. You can do it online or in person at the library. Rob has set up a really cute, looks like
I like the display.
a camp
cute.
corner.
Uh-huh.
So you can submit your entries there, or you can do it online. And then for each of the 8 weeks that this runs, so it runs June 2nd through July 27th, one winner will be awarded each week for a $25 gift card. So those people that had entered their titles that way that they read that week, they'll be in the drawing. And then everyone that has submitted an entry, whether you submitted 1 or you submitted 10, will be entered into the grand prize, which is a tabletop fire pit, which is appropriate for his little camp theme that we have going on. So for summer learning, the theme is Color Our World. So it got me thinking about art and how books are an art form, that authors use language creatively.
Indeed.
And they weave words into vivid, they paint vivid pictures for us.
Paints a picture for the reader, absolutely.
So this month for I always do a list of book suggestions for people. I chose books that have color in the title. So check this out.
A Spool of Blue Thread by Ann Tyler follows the multi-generational Whitshank family's story across 3 generations, centered around their lives in Baltimore. The novel explores the complex dynamics within the family, their relationships and secrets, as they navigate life's joys and challenges, and the impact of their shared history on their present lives. In The Goldfinch, written by Donna Tartt, Theodore Decker was 13 years old when his mother was killed in a bombing at the Metropolitan Museum of Art. The tragedy changes the course of his life, sending him on a stirring odyssey of grief and guilt, reinvention and redemption, and even love. Through it all, he holds on to the one tangible piece of hope from that terrible day, a painting of a tiny bird chained to its perch. The White Queen by Philippa Gregory tells the story of the War of the Roses through the eyes of 3 very powerful women, Elizabeth Woodville, Margaret Beaufort, and Anne Neville, as they navigate the treacherous political landscape of 15th century England. The series focuses on their individual ambitions, rivalries, and struggles for power as they vie for control of the English throne, with each woman using their own cunning and manipulation to achieve their goals. Girl in Hyacinth Blue, a novel by Susan Freeland, follows the provenance of a fictional Vermeer painting through a series of interconnected stories told in reverse chronological order. The stories, which begin in early 2000s and journey back to the 17th century, explore how the painting and its beauty have impacted the lives of its various owners. Green Girl by Kate Zambrano follows Ruth, a young American woman living in London, as she navigates the anxieties of youth and adulthood. Ruth works odd jobs, including selling perfume, and struggles with the pressure to conform to societal expectations while simultaneously grappling with her own identity and self-awareness. The story is narrated by a distanced yet maternal voice, offering a commentary on Ruth's experiences and her own internal struggles. And The Red Garden by Alice Hoffman, that introduces us to the luminous and haunting world of Blackwell, Massachusetts. From the town's founder, a brave young woman from England who has no fear of blizzards or bears, to the young man who runs away to New York City with only his dog for company. The characters in The Red Garden are extraordinary and vivid. At the center of each character's life is a mysterious garden where only red plants can grow, and where the truth can be found by those who dare to look. So come on in and check out one today.
So that's what's going on over in Adult Services. What do you got?
Summer learning is happening on our side as well, and we couldn't be happier. We have already signed up over 200 students. But if you've not yet signed up, it's not too late to do so. So you want to stop in and pick up a bingo card. We'll tell you all about it, and you can be on your way to earning some fabulous prizes and be eligible for our grand prizes. Happy to do that in person, like we said, but you can also register online. And if you have a printer at home, you can print the bingo card right, from the comfort of your own home, and you can start playing bingo right away. So yeah, like I said, some of the squares on there. Find a book with a color in its title. Check out a nonfiction book.
I like and I did learn your favorite color in another language.
Yes, so let's hear it.
I can't remember it now.
It's okay. You have to
Yesterday
go back and
I have to just keep repeating
That's
it
right.
until
That's
I
how we
remember
learn.
it. But, yeah.
Repetition. That's how we learn. Rojo is red. Well, my favorite color is yellow. Should be amarillo in Spanish. But I should learn how to
Mine's purple, and I
learn it in French or
I
something.
learned it in Croatian.
Oh, okay.
'Cause I have a thing,
Yeah.
I lived amongst a lot of people
Yes,
from the
you did.
former Yugoslavia, so their language interests me. So I did look it up. but
Well, if
now
I
can't
remember on
it.
July's show, I'm going to quiz you.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you
Okay.
again how to say red in Croatian. Is that your favorite color? Is that what you said?
Purple.
Oh, purple.
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 Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, a lot of the squares on the bingo card, of course, involve reading, but there's other activities on there as well, just to keep you busy and give you something fun to do throughout these summer months. So start playing bingo. You can get up to 5 bingos. When you come in to claim your bingo, you're going to have a choice at a prize or a coupon. Okay, so it's one or the other this year. You can choose that item or you can choose a coupon. So some of the prizes are things like little mini paint sets. We have pop-it keychains. We have a mystery bag where you don't know what you're going to get. That's kind of exciting. Or we have coupons to places like Texas Roadhouse, Chick-fil-A, Rita's Italian Ice.
Love me
And
some
I
Rita's.
should thank all of our sponsors. We've had a lot of generous donations this year, and we couldn't make this possible without community support. So we really appreciate those donations. And then, like I said, if you cover all of the squares and you complete a coverall bingo, then you're eligible for one of 3 grand prizes. We have an arts and crafts basket along with a $25 gift card to Dandelion Kids. That's a newer resale shop in Dormont that's cute as can be, and they have a lot to offer, and it's just not for little ones. I mean, it's mostly younger kids.
Right.
But it's just a neat little space to check out. They are right on Potomac Avenue, so shout out to them and thank you for that donation. The owner of Splat Art Studio on South Park Road is donating a grand prize. And then we also have a talking globe that comes with a world map puzzle, which is pretty cool too. So those are our grand prizes. But yeah, start playing bingo. You have all of June and July. It is over at the end of July, so I encourage everyone not to wait until the last minute.
Right.
Prizes may be gone. So it runs for 8 weeks, June and July. But yeah, the theme is Color Our World. To kick it off, we recently held our annual art gala, which is usually held in the springtime, but because it tied in so perfectly, we decided to move it to the summer. And that was our big kickoff event just this past Friday. It was a wonderful evening, so we want to thank everybody who came out. Thank you to all of our artists. But I want to share the good news with the rest of our viewers that if you couldn't make it to the art gala, that's okay. We're keeping this beautiful artwork on display all summer long. Well, again, June and July. It's going to start to come down in August because that's when we return the artwork to the artists. But for June and July, we encourage you to stop into the children's department and check out the awesome artwork that is on display. It amazes me every year. We were talking about this, just at the creativity of some of these kiddos.
Right. And the variety.
The variety is incredible. Toddlers to teens. You'll see artwork from 2-year-olds all the way up to some of our high school students. So definitely stop in and check it out. We want to also thank Mrs. Glover. She had some of her orchestra kids come and play.
I heard
So there was
them.
live music on Friday. It was
Yes,
beautiful.
It was lovely.
It was a wonderful time. So yeah, but in addition to our summer learning program, we are offering classes, of course. Our story times are back up and running, and so just as a reminder, Toddler Tuesdays on Tuesdays is most appropriate for 2- and 3-year-olds. Mother Goose on the Loose is appropriate for newborns up to 3-year-olds.
And that's on Wednesday.
That's on Wednesdays,
Okay.
thank you. And then Preschool Power occurs on Fridays, and that's most appropriate for 3.5 to 5-year-olds. Having said that, those are just guidelines. We never turn anyone away at the door. So if you have younger kids or slightly older kids who you think might enjoy story time, please feel free to bring them. All are welcome. Baby Jam will happen in August. That's for newborns and toddlers.
Elaine's favorite.
Yeah, and Mother. I don't know that I have a favorite because I love Mother
them all.
Goose too, and I love Preschool Power. I want to mention Thursday afternoon play dates too, though. Miss Nicole is doing this one, and so we're trying to offer something in the afternoon. We didn't have a great response in the fall, but we're going to see how it works out this summer. So on Thursday, June 12th, Thursday, July 24th, and then Thursday, August 14th, all at 2 o'clock, you can come for stories, songs, and then stay afterwards for a free play. Now, our play area, Family Place play area, is always open, but Thursday afternoon play dates might be fun because we're going to pull out some of those toys that maybe you haven't seen in a while, right? Because we rotate them. But it's also just a great time to maybe meet new people. And I know the caregivers enjoy talking to one another and kind of mingling and, you know, but then the kids love it because
Oh, they love it. It's
no matter what we pull out, it's something different every week and they just love it. And maybe that's part of it, right? Because they don't know what's coming.
and you hear the kids when it's time to go, and they're like, no, I don't
sometimes it
wanna
is hard to
go."
leave.
Yes, it's very hard to leave. They have a very good
Yeah.
time there.
Yeah. So give Thursday afternoon play dates a try. For anyone in kindergarten through 6th grade, all of our June classes have filled up pretty quickly. And I just want to mention that if you are on a wait list, we will contact you if we are able to accommodate a second session. And we try our very best to do so. However, there will be times where we can't offer a second session, and that's just due to program room availability or oftentimes like supplies, right? If we run out of supplies, we don't always have the budget to purchase new materials to offer it again. But we will do our best. So if you're on a wait list, please be patient. We'll contact you if we can add another session. I'm going to mention some July programs then, so you can just get on the list for those. Registration for July programs will open on July 1st, except for some, because if it's early in July, we actually have registration starting on June 15th, right? Like mid-month, the month before. So just keep your eye out for any of the classes that appeal to you in our flyer or on our website. Just make note of that registration date, and then just register as soon as possible. This is particularly true for our summer programs, just because they tend to fill up
Very quickly.
so quickly. But art journaling is coming up on Tuesday, July 1st, and there's actually 2 sessions. You can choose the 2 o'clock or the evening one at 6 o'clock. But Miss Dawn is teaching this, and she's so excited. And I'm excited that she's so excited because she showed me some of her examples. Miss Dawn is a wonderful artist, and she doesn't have an artist background, I don't think, but it's just been a hobby of hers for so long, and she is really quite talented. So she has all different sorts of art forms, right? Like I remember she learned how to Zentangle too.
Yes.
Remember years ago we did a Zentangle class. So in this class, she's going to teach you just all different kinds of techniques. Everybody will get their own art journal to practice in. And then when you go home, you can practice more with like some of your favorites that she taught you. But she has a nice variety to show. She's also teaching a rock painting class. So we have the rocks. They are sitting in my office, I think. We purchased the large, smooth ones that are flat and easy to paint. There's enough for everybody to do at least 2. So come paint a rock with us. I know you saw some of her examples.
Yes, there's one example, and it's the face.
It spoke to you.
It just spoke to me, and I said, Miss Dawn May, please have this after your program, and she has agreed to let me have it. And it will live in my office.
How
make
nice.
me happy.
A paperweight or
Yeah.
whatever. Very nice. Yeah. Lego Club is also starting up in July. We provide the Legos. You just have to come and have fun. Now, back in the spring, this was so popular and I loved it. Back in the spring, we put them on display, right, for a week. And then they tore it down and they rebuilt. Because of the art gala, we're not going to be able to display our Lego creations. So it is just come build and then take apart. But I will be taking plenty of pictures and we'll post the pictures online. Because some of these kids work really hard and they'll stay the entire hour. What I love most is that some kids will like team up, right? And then it's like a collaborative thing. And they make this big, huge, structure. It's awesome. We'll take pictures of it, but it will be torn down after each session. Okay, there's no room to display it this year or this summer. There's also a Kids on the Block puppet show being performed by the staff at the Children's Institute. And it's designed to help children better understand and accept those children who have special needs. So some of their peers, may struggle with different disabilities, special needs, and it's just a way to kind of make them a little more aware. And you had a good point.
I think that the kids these days are exposed to people with special needs more often and
Definitely
earlier.
more so than we were growing
Yes.
up, right?
Like
I would agree with
The
that.
special needs kids were in a separate classroom or in a separate school. And I think that adults could benefit from learning.
Yeah, Christine was saying how we need an adult puppet show, so
we
perhaps
need-
somewhere
yes.
down the line. Well, actually, adults are welcome to. This is a family event. It's Monday, July 7th at 3 p.m. And while it is educational and we're trying to teach the kids something, and there's definitely a message that's being sent, it is also just very highly entertaining. So come check that out. For any Percy Jackson fans, early in July, on Tuesday, July 8th, we're having a Percy Jackson party. And I just checked out The Lightning Thief to a young man upstairs right before I came down here to tape. So Percy Jackson is popular. I don't know if you're familiar with the series.
I'm familiar, have not read.
I
but
read up to Son
also-
of Neptune, back when Robert was reading them.
I also have not read Harry Potter because they
Yeah,
were
we-
so popular initially, and I didn't want to take it from someone else,
Yeah.
a kid in line for it. So
Percy Jackson, not my typical, because it's like mythology and kind of like fantasy, but I really enjoyed it. They've made it into a movie series. I actually saw Percy Jackson the musical. You know I
Oh.
love going to high school musicals.
Yeah.
Baldwin put on Percy Jackson, and it was phenomenal.
awesome.
I loved it.
Good.
Anyway, Percy Jackson is still popular, and so we are having a Percy Jackson party. Again, I already gave you the date, July 8th, complete with quest, and there will be refreshments, and it'll just be a great time. I'm going to mention one more for our K through 6 friends. Tim Hartman is a phenomenal storyteller. I can't recommend him enough. I'm always so excited when he's available to come back to the library. So he has been here before. He will not disappoint. I don't know if you've seen him
I
perform.
have.
He also is
Yes,
an
I have.
actor in the Pittsburgh area. He does. He plays Scrooge every year in Christmas Carol. Anyway, he also does a lot of school assemblies and library programs. So in July, he will be doing Joe Majorak, Man of Steel. Another one where parents are welcome to stay. This is a family event. Come check it out because he's just so entertaining. He will just capture any audience, immediately. So that's definitely one to check out. That was a lot, but let me just mention a few things for our teens. I mentioned that we went to visit IMS students. We talked to almost every 7th and 8th grader in the building. It was great. At least probably 3/4 of them. And they seemed really interested in what we had to offer, but we also know in just chatting with them one-on-one that it's difficult for them to get here sometimes. They're just involved in so much, or oftentimes they can't get a ride here, or whatever the case may be. So I want to start by saying, while we have some great programs, and I'll highlight a few, we're also doing something new. We're trying teen take-home kits, so that if you can't get to the library, or you don't want to get to the library for whatever reason, we can still engage you and help you read and do fun things at home. So our first teen take-home kit is this adorable stuffed panda. This is Miss Megan's example.
He's so cute.
When you come to get your teen take-home kit, it'll look like this, right? A Ziploc baggie filled with everything you need except for a pair of scissors, which I'm sure everybody has a pair of scissors at home. But everything else is included. This is weighted down by rice down here in his tummy. This is cotton batting up in his head. And then, of course, we just use thread and felt, and thread and a needle to put them all together. So that's our teen take-home kit. There will be something new in July and then something new in August. And if these prove popular, we will continue them throughout the fall. In addition to take-home craft kits, we have those book boxes that we still like to promote. If you don't want to come in to browse the shelves yourself, or again, if you don't have the time or if you can't get here, we will do the work for you. You can sign up. There's a easy Google form on our website that you can fill out, and then we'll pull the books for you and put them in what looks like a pizza box. Well, they are pizza boxes.
They are pizza
Yeah,
boxes.
and we usually start you with 2, maybe 3 books. Sometimes there's a movie in there, and there's always a little surprise. We might throw a bag of chips in there, or a candy bar, or sometimes it's like stickers for your water bottle, right? Or a new notebook. But there's always a little extra in there. So check one of those out too. And if you find that you like it, you can sign up for another one the next month, right? We do them on a monthly basis, and this is an ongoing program. So keep that in mind. Teen book boxes and teen take-home kits. If you do find the time to come and visit us in person, we have Cosplay Club that is just starting up. There's been 2 sessions, but it's not required that you were at the first 2. So you can hop in on this 3rd session if you were interested. Many of our viewers might not know what cosplay is, but Nicole is teaching it, and she has a theater background, so she is the perfect person for it. But if you ever wanted to take on your favorite character, whether that be a book character or a movie character, you can do that in cosplay, because Miss Nicole will teach you costume design,
Yes.
how to make props that would go along with that character. And it's just really neat.
To capture the essence of that
Essence
character.
of the character.
Yes.
If you could be one character, I know I'm putting you on the spot. Who would you be? Who's your favorite character?
Who's my favorite character?
Do you have one? Book character.
I don't know that I can't
That's
name
a hard
favorite.
one. I know. Or movie character.
No.
Oh no, but it's fun. It's a new club, and we hope you will check it out.
Well, Bunnicula. I know that's
You
an
would be
old book.
Bunnicula.
I thought Bunnicula, he's a vampire bunny. How can you not love him? So I get a little
Well, that
vampire
might-
teeth.
Yeah, I guess you could. Oh, yeah. We'll make bunny ears.
And a bunny tail?
Sure.
Oh, I like
There
this
you-
idea.
There you
Okay.
go. Oh, Bunnicula, it is a classic, huh?
It's an old book, but I love that book.
Yeah.
That series.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to talk about Pound Fit, and then we'll wrap it up here. But Pound Fit is a new sort of exercise that I fell in love with when I was taking classes on my own, and I approached the library. Christine was kind enough to say, yeah, you can go get trained as an instructor. That's how much I loved it. So I am now certified to teach this exercise class, which is a rock jam session, if you will. Everybody, when they come, gets a pair of drumsticks. They're actually a little thicker than drumsticks. They're called ripsticks. And we just pound it out to music for about 40 minutes straight. Now, we're not pounding out on drums. We don't have drums available, but we use the floor and the sticks themselves, sometimes the air, and we're just jamming to the beat. It is a very great physical cardio workout, but I also say, I've been telling everybody, it's so good for your mental health,
I was going to say, good stress reliever.
right? I mean, exercise in general is always good.
Yes, but when you have something to...
This in particular, yeah, I'm loving it. We had to cancel the first class because I didn't have anybody on the list. So please give it a try and sign up for our next one on Monday, July 7th at 7 p.m.
Give it a try. It looks like...
you're gonna come, right?
I'm going to come because I've just seen some video, and it looks like so much fun.
It's a good time. Boba Tea Lab is also coming up, and there's room in that. Do you drink boba tea?
I don't like boba tea. To me, it's the consistency.
texture for
It's
you.
a texture thing for me. I don't like it.
But
My
a
husband
lot
loves it.
of people do.
Yes.
It's a popular drink. I have had it a couple times, and it's okay. But it's very interesting to me. Like, what are those little pearls? Like, what tapioca? But like,
They
did you ever
remind me
think
of
about
tapioca.
like
Yeah.
what
Yes,
actually
that's
goes in
why
there?
it kind
Like,
of freaks me out a little bit. I'm not sure what they are.
so you can come find out. Miss Megan's going to teach you all about boba, how it's made, and then you'll make some right here at the library.
That's interesting.
So lots of fun stuff coming up.
I just want to remind everybody about the second annual Bethel Park Art and Music Festival, which will be held on Saturday, July 26th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Park Avenue on the streetscape between the community center and the schoolhouse, and also in those two buildings. But we have currently over 60 confirmed artists that will be attending, 13 confirmed food trucks. We have 4 that are on the fence, I guess.
That's still wonderful.
That's a lot.
It's going to be
We have
fantastic.
music on the main stage. We rented a stage that will be located in the schoolhouse parking lot. There will be music also in the community center, on the stage in the auditorium, and in the lobby, and also at the schoolhouse in their lobby. We have, last year we had over 60 raffle baskets, and we will be doing 2 50-50 raffle drawings that day. We have shuttle buses available all day. We ask that you park at the high school. There will be a shuttle stop there, and it will take you over to Park Avenue. There's not a lot of parking on site for the festival, so we do ask that you take the shuttle. And this would not be possible without the partnerships and the great working relationships with the, well, first of all, it's the Bethel Park Fantastic Four Charities, so that's the Community Foundation, the Education Foundation, the Historical Society, and the library, but also the Recreation Department, South Arts Pittsburgh, which they fill that whole schoolhouse with artists,
Yeah.
their own artists. We have the Bethel Park Artists Guild, the municipality, Public Works, the police department, the fire department, the EMS,
the school district,
the school
for
district,
providing the shuttle buses.
Yeah. So it's going to be a great event, and we hope to see you there.
I'm excited. I missed last year, so I'm
Yes.
very much looking forward to this.
Wonderful.
So yeah, lots of fun stuff happening and going on. If you have any questions or comments about anything that we talked about on today's show, you know what to do. Go ahead and give us a call,
Visit our website.
or better yet, stop in and see us in person. Happy summer once again, and we look forward to seeing you real soon.